Digivation Network.
Hello and welcome to Digivation Network, Africa's leading ICT and digital lifestyle program on the continent. I am Bayero Agabi. Today we have an array of issues and development and news that will excite you. But first, issues and development that made news in the past 1 week.
The World Post Day is observed on October 9 every year. The day was selected because it commemorates the founding of the Universal Postal Union in 1874 and was first celebrated in 1969 at the Tokyo Universal Postal Congress. The aim of this day is to raise public awareness of the value of the postal industry. It serves as a reminder of the vital role the postal sector plays in the daily lives of individuals and organizations, as well as the contribution it makes to nations' social and economic progress. There are 192 nations that make up the Universal Postal Union, and the 2022 World Post Day was aimed at fostering collaboration and regulate postal services among its member states. Every year, some nations arrange unique programs including stamp exhibits and introduce new postal initiatives. The Nigerian Postal Agency NIPOS joined the rest of the world to commemorate the 2022 World Post Day. From Abia to Abakaliki, Benin to Bauchi, Lafia to Lafiaji, there were different road shows and activities by NIPOS staff to celebrate the day with a theme for the World Post Day 2022 as Post for Planet, targeted at spreading the knowledge of the post potential to address the climate catastrophe. Here are the sights and scenes from NIPOS celebration across Nigeria.
Tourism brings forth a new way to enhance technical and advanced soft skills used to effectively implement and manage smart initiatives in the tourism industry in Africa through technology. The attention of experts in both public and private sector in the industry to discuss the theme, Designing Africa's Tourism Playbook, a hybrid of culture and technology at the Tourism and Tech Summit Africa 2022. The convener of the event and founder of My Beautiful Africa, Clara Chinwe Okoro, bears her mind on the imperative of the event and the need for emerging technology driven by innovations to enhance development in the tourism sector.
In doing all this, through artificial intelligence, software personalization, technology has come to become a center-connected point across different touch points that connect all this industry, from aviation to hospitality to tourism to travel. We can no longer jettison the use of technology to advance our businesses. Despite the outstanding tourism attributes and potentials in Africa, we still face many challenges in terms of its positioning in the global market space, and technology is the missing link.
Speaker after speaker discussed ways to achieve success for a digital-enabled growth in the tourism industry at the gathering. From the Chief Technical Officer, Digital Encode, Dr. Oluseyi Akindende, the National President of NAPTOP, Ime Udo, the President of SKITA, Dr. Christian Van Davia, represented by the Head of Business Development of SKITA, Engineer Bright Unyabu, and the Chairman, Southwest Association of Tourism Practitioners of Nigeria, Prince Adetunji Femi Fadina. In an interview with some of the experts in this sector, they share their insights on how the challenges facing tourism across the shores of Africa can be resolved through technology.
So right now, using technology for that purpose, I can tell you, compared to other countries, Africa is still has a lot to do in terms of technology and trying to use technology to drive tourism. But I think we're in a step in the right direction. Using this conference, for instance, this is just so apt. You can see from all the speakers who have come to talk about tourism, from the app to transportation to the ways you can easily move from one point to the other you could see that we're actually going, in a step in the right direction. So technology for us is a new introduction. We are building on it. We are yet to get there, but I think with conferences like this and seminars like this and having a lot of that, we're going to create the awareness, make people know that it is possible to promote tourism even digitally.
To be honest with you, jokingly I tell people I've never traveled out in the last 5 years, and many people didn't believe that, because I believe there's a lot for us to learn locally and to develop the local content to the global space. I believe strongly that majority of the people could tapped a lot from the local market. But how we do it and how the state structure it is really actually depend on the state themselves. But for the technology, right now I think that the technology is needed now to actually push the 18.5 window of $0.5 million of tourism opportunities. And that we need the technology to actually drive it to the next level.
Some of the participants expressed their view about the event. The event aims at facilitating and enhancing innovation in the tourism sector and also focuses on how technology is transforming the travel and hospitality sector in Africa.
Bayero Agabi, welcome you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact, and new business frontiers. This is Digivation Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us. In this special edition, we also have a special report that details about tech trends, innovation and development across Nigeria, leading to the explosion of ICT development in Nigeria. If you like, you can call it the explosion of the digital economy. But I know you will enjoy it and you will get educated.
With many continents struggling to recover post-pandemic, Africa, through mobile internet connectivity, can leverage this tool and its possibilities. Despite the rapid improvement in connectivity access, internet use in Africa remained the lowest worldwide. Investment in digital skills, digital infrastructure, and more importantly, closing the mobile internet usage gap is crucial for Africans to experience the possibilities of connectivity. These and more were discussed at Mobile World Congress Africa 2022, which took place at Kigali Convention Center, Kigali, Rwanda. Themed Connectivity Unleashed. The event brought together hundreds of delegates across the globe from over 120 countries with the region's mobile ecosystem to discuss the continent's ambition to enhance the power of connectivity.
Together, we need to make sure that we're working towards building a better and more resilient future for everyone. That means that leaving no one, and I mean no one, behind, as Paula Agabi said. It is a big responsibility, no doubt, but it's also a wonderful privilege. Africa stands at a unique moment in time. Over the past 2 decades, we have seen, maybe more clearly than anywhere else in the world, the true transformational power of mobile connectivity. Today, 46% of the population is connected, and by 2025, 50% will be connected. Imagine what Africa will look like when everyone is connected.
With the keynote, One People, One Purpose, Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, emphasized the need for more people to be connected and how mobile connectivity, a major engine of growth, will bring endless potential by accelerating digital transformation for all business sectors in Africa.
Digital technologies are a catalytic force for development in Africa. Yet, almost half of adults in low and middle income countries do not have access to the internet, even when living in areas with broadband coverage. Digital infrastructure is key, but it's not enough. To leverage the potential of connectivity, investments in digital skills and literacy must be integrated in our national policies. Africa is home to creative and tech-savvy youth looking for the right platform to contribute solutions. We cannot afford to reduce them to a statistic only or sit idly by as they seek opportunity outside of Africa. Our young people have a lot to offer. We must do our part and keep our promise to them. However, to leave no one behind means a number of things as well, and we must recognize that digital transformation is not a zero-sum game where progress must come at the expense of the most vulnerable. Not at all. Everyone, regardless of status, gender, or nationality, must benefit if we want to create lasting change.
4 out of 10 people in Africa had internet access, as 70% of the web traffic on the continent took place via mobile, more than in all other world regions. There was recognition that there should be more need to engage and collaborate to achieve effective, rapid, and comprehensive digital transformation in Africa.
This is Digivation Network. This is Digivation Network. As usual, we usually have the top 5 of the week, from technology to people and places. But in this edition of the program, there is a top 5 that you can easily call, if you like, something coming out of the blues. And that is why we are giving you something out of the blues. The top 5 for the week.
Change is a constant thing. With a change in technologies every 2 to 3 years, there are new advancements in technologies. We will be talking about the 5 top trending technologies to master. Number 5, edge computing. Edge computing is the act of storing, processing, analyzing data near the client, where the data was produced. The IDC, International Data Communication, predicts that the global edge computing market will reach $250 billion by 2024. An average salary of a cloud engineer will be between $104,000 in the US to $147,000 annually. And in India, it is 12 lakhs per annum, LPA, and can go as high as 30 LPA. Number 4, internet behaviors. The Internet of Behaviors, which is known as IOB, refers to an area of research and development that seeks to understand how, when, and why humans use technology to make possessing decisions. IOB merges 3 fields of study: behavioral science, edge analytics, and Internet of Things, IoT. According to Gartner, about 40% of people will be tracked by IoT devices in 2023. Number 3, predictive analytics. Predictive analytics have a variety of relating techniques, from data mining, predictive modeling, and machine learning that examine current and historical facts to make predictions about future and otherwise unknown events. According to Forbes, the data science field will grow about 28% through 2026 year on year. According to Gartner, 70% organizations will make use of predictive analytics by the year 2025. Number 2, DevOps. DevOps is the putting together of cultural philosophies, practices, and tools that increases an organization's ability to deliver applications and services at high speed, evolving and improving products at a faster pace than organizations using traditional software development and infrastructure management processes. In order to implement DevOps, Netflix created a set of programs called the Semine Army. And these programs created problems like shutting down servers without any decision, which deliberately causing delay problems between services. This helped their team to create fault-tolerant and able system, helping them achieve DevOps fundamental principles. Number 1, AI as a service. Artificial intelligence as a service refers to AI tools that enable companies to implement and scale AI technicals at a fraction of the cost of a full in-house AI. The concept of everything as a service refers to any software that can be used across the network because it relies on cloud computing. Everyone can now use AI without obtaining hardware, which costs a lot of money. Indeed, there are a lot of advancement in technologies. Truly, we are in a world of revolution. Join us next time on another edition of Top 5.
This is AIT Infotech Network, reaching you from Freetown in Sierra Leone,
Accra, the Ghanaian capital,
Addis Ababa in Ethiopia,
Johannesburg in South Africa,
we are in Cairo in Egypt,
Tunis, the Tunisian capital,
Cape Town in South Africa,
reaching you from Dubai, Hanover in Germany,
live from Chicago,
Las Vegas in the United States of America, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, we are in Beijing, China,
in London, England.
I am Bayero Agabi. Join us. If you have just joined us, please log on to youtube.com/Digivation Network, or better still, our website, www.digivationnetwork.com. And now to our special interview of the week. I will not disclose it, but just take a look at it.
It's been 3 years of transformative leadership as the supervising minister of the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. There have been moments that have looked very daunting. Sometimes it's been like flying a very convenient flag. From your point of view as minister, how has the journey been so far?
Interesting. I begin by expressing my gratitude to the Almighty for giving us the opportunity to serve our country in this capacity. Then to my principal, President Muhammadu Buhari, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the opportunity to serve my country. Today, as you said, is 3 years, though 3 years, 1 month and 1 day again. The journey has been a challenging one, and I am thankful for that, because any journey that is anticipated to be successful must be a challenging one. We have encountered many challenges, but yet we are able to address them effectively and take the sector to greater heights. As you all know, secondly, this office is an experience for me. The experience we have gathered at this level, there is no way you can get it somewhere else. One may spend 50 years, 60 years in the sector without gathering the experience. Your eyes every day see new things. Your ears hear many things. So this trip for 3 years, 1 month and 1 day has been a challenging one, but very successful indeed. If you look at all the indices, there is no any place where I will discover that yesterday was better than today. There is no place. So if you look at all the indices, broadband penetration, digital skills, contribution to gross domestic product, VAT, many more, in all the places you will see we are going higher and higher by the day.
You were appointed, I think, in August 2019, and by October, just about 3 months afterwards, you began your positive disruption of the ministry's mandate to encompass digital economy. What was your conviction?
Most probably the main reason why I settled down immediately, or let me say the main reasons, could be many. Number one, my background. This is my area. My Bachelor of Technology degree is in computer science. My MSc is in computer science. And I obtained another MBA in technology management. And also my PhD is in computer information systems. And from 2003 to date, at least 19 years, all my life is within ICT and the digital economy sector. Throughout my life is within this. So most probably that should be number one reason. Number two, when you are passionate about what you do, it is easier for you to settle down and hit the ground running. There is no doubt I'm so passionate about digital economy, and I'm also very passionate about my country, Nigeria. The third reason could be age advantage. And I discover that people that are energetic within our age bracket, with a little guidance and support, they will be able to make the difference. We work sometimes 18 hours daily. I can hardly sleep for 60 minutes in my life without stopping, replying to official mails, and I will go back to my bed if the need requires.
To a reasonable extent, be able to redefine the ministry, set new heights, and of course achievement. How proud are you with tech development generally in Nigeria? And is there anything you would have wished the industry to achieve even much more?
What is most important for ministers is to formulate policies for the sector to be successful. When I became a minister, I inherited only one national policy. And that one national policy was not even developed by the ministry, but was developed by the Korean government to support Nigeria. Today, we have 19 national policies, and all of them are being implemented. This has never happened in the history of Nigeria. 19 national policies, and all of them are being implemented. From National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy for a Digital Nigeria, roadmap for the implementation of National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy. For example, number 3, like Nigerian National Broadband Plan. Number 4, National Digital Innovation and Entrepreneurship Policy, which has been replaced now by Nigeria Startup Bill. Number 5, for example, National Policy for the Promotion of Indigenous Content in the Telecommunication Sector. Number 6, like National Policy on NIN and SIM registration. Number 7, like National Policy for Visa installation. Number 8, like National Policy for virtual engagement in the federal public institutions, among many others. And all of them are being implemented. My policy brought about the virtual Federal Executive Council in Nigeria during COVID-19. And it brought about even Council of State meeting, National Economic Council meeting, and today it has been institutionalized in Nigeria that virtual engagements are formal. They are no more informal. Any government institution can do virtual engagement, and they can formalize it with minutes and attendance and everything. But before it was not. You cannot present as an evidence that this is a formal discussion, but today it is. So this is among many others. Secondly, if you look at all the indices, we have reached the peak. Broadband penetration, we have reached the peak during this era. For example, NIN and SIM registration, in 13 years, the database we inherited was not up to 40 million in the true figures we obtained. In 13 years, from 2007 to 2020 October. But from October to today, that is 22nd September 2020, still 2022, still less than 2 years, we have increased almost 50 million. But we less than 2 years, 50 million, but we inherited less than 40 in 13 years. And this with lack of funding. No any significant funding given to us. We are only driving it the way it was given to us. And we know digital ID is key, not only to security, to economic development, to education, to health, to whatever you do in your country, you need national ID. That is why there is no any responsible country in the whole world without making a national ID or any form of ID as mandatory, like social security number in the US, national insurance number, social security in the US, national insurance number in the UK, among many others. This is the peak. When it comes to remittance to government, look at what we have been remitting.
Yeah.
In certain areas, we increase revenue generation by over 500%. That is why government institutions that are lazy, they don't, if they want to generate revenue, they will come to our sector. That is why they are overtaxing the sector, and that is why we rejected the 5%, the proposed 5% excise duty. Look at what we remitted to government recently through 5G spectrum auction. Initially, if it were true administrative assignment, it was proposed at 70 million USD per spectrum. I said no, let us go and auction it so that we encourage competition. From 70 million per spectrum, we did an auction openly on television. At the end, each one was over 250 million USD, from 70 million to 250 something million USD per spectrum. And we remitted the money to government all.
This is Digivation Network.
That is the show for the week. If you have any comment or suggestions for us, please send them to bayero@yahoo.com, or better still, you can catch us on youtube.com/Digivation Network, or better still, just log on to our website to be part of the family. Until next week, I remain yours sincerely, Bayero Agabi. Peace.